The RoSF Sharon Foundation was birthed exactly 10 years ago by founder, all-mogul, and businesswoman, Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija. It wasn't a mere attempt at being philanthropic, but a calling she received from God through a revelation during her prayer time, citing James 1:27 as the exact verse in the Bible that came to her during this time. The verse instructs to look after orphans and widows. It was on this very pillar that the foundation was built.
The RoSF Sharon Foundation is an NGO that is focused on alleviating the plight of widows and orphans. Our vision is to provide help and succor for our widows. Our mission is to guarantee financial independence for widows and educational opportunity for their children and for orphans. We have 667 widows, 86 orphans, and 1,366 children that we are currently supporting. However, the number will increase to 1,000 by the end of 2018. 100 new beneficiaries are being added at our 10th anniversary program on the 23rd of June 2018.
I lost my mom 2013 and my dad 2008. Before then, we were living under our mom. She got to know about this foundation from a friend. So when she died, the foundation got to know that there were more than the two she registered. So they came to our house and they picked us up and promised to send all of us to school to our university level, and they are doing so, and we were fine. Before then, I lost hope when she died, because she was my only inspiration. Because after my dad died and no one else, it was she I looked up to. And when she left, I was not me. I was almost going crazy because I felt, how am I going to do this without she around? So, not knowing that help was coming, God knew what He was doing.
The foundation has done a lot for these widows, their children, and the orphans. We started by empowering our widows financially. And at a point, we discovered that when some of them are given the money, they know next to nothing about what they will do with the money. Because we decided not just to give them fish, but to teach them how to fish. So we introduced skill acquisition training, and it has helped out a lot.
I was part of those who went for training of how to learn how to do turban, body cream, perfume, sandals, and so on and so forth. I do participate in tie and dye, soap making. I heard about this RoSF Sharon Foundation through a friend of mine. I lost my husband in the year 2009. Since the year 2010, my life has been changed through the RoSF Sharon Foundation.
Now I am thanking God for my mommy Alakija, because I cannot be able to count since where I met the foundation, how my life take turn around. They have been there for me, empowering me with loan. Almost 3 times now I collected loan, and my business is moving well.
Now the foundation has sought to relieve the widows of their distress. It has sought to alleviate their plight, as most of them find themselves in a state that they had never imagined, they had never thought of before, as they have lost their breadwinner.
I lost my husband in the year 2010 through motor accidents, and I heard about the foundation same year. 2 of my children are given scholarship. They are both in Government Model College, Keturekpe. One is in SS1, while the other one is JSS1. I really thank God for my life and the life of Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija, because that same year is the year that was empowered. It happened January 23rd. Till month of the August, it's like I'm living inside hell. There's no help from anywhere. Even the children's school stopped. Why their father did not hold the school a penny before the time. But the only time before I was empowered through the foundation is like, it's God's grace. But through the foundation, they can continue their education, and they are doing well.
The foundation would first open its doors to its initial intake in May of 2008. starting with 3 widows. 10 years later, the foundation would boast an impressive network of over 1,000 widows and 86 orphans, having therefore impacted the lives of over 6,000 people. The Rose of Sharon Foundation from inception has sought to empower widows and orphans. It has done this by awarding scholarships, ranking as one of the highest number of self-funded scholarship schemes awarded to students by any Nigerian NGO, from primary to tertiary level, providing free healthcare, interest-free loans, free accommodation, skills acquisition training, agricultural and aquaculture business schemes, advocacy programs, amongst other welfare and empowerment programs. Bearing in mind that these groups are still ostracized from society and treated cruelly, a practice that has been propagated by culture, which the foundation hopes to end through the legislative and judicial system.
I lost my husband year 2009. He was so sick to a point no doctor can really tell me what is wrong with him. There was no help. He will be calling the brothers, nobody will come. They will tell me when he is okay, when he's feeling fine, they will come and greet him. And the family came after he died. They told my landlord to throw me and my children from the house, and I was left with nothing. The day of the burial, I was left with 35 naira. But before he died, he said something to me. He said, if peradventure, these angels guiding me, take me home, never you give up on God. Keep on following God, because God has not given up on you. That 2009 entered 2010. I went for a prayer meeting in my church where I met my old neighbor. He said they heard about what happened. Meet me in the house. They called that place Rose of Sharon Foundation. Mama is looking for widows. God used this woman. Immediately she cited me from that day. She did not look at me the way I was, because I was so tattered. I was like, the situation was so bad. But she embraced me and asked me, you look like an artist. I said, yes. Do you have an album? I said, yes. Could you believe she launched my album that day? That day was the day I've been able to pay so many credit I owe, because I owed during the time my husband was sick, and that day my bag was filled up with money through this great woman. I call her 1 in a million. That's why I composed that song, Mami Alakija, you are 1 in a million.
Since 2008 till date, a total of 137 children have graduated from various higher institutions across the country, many of whom had been assisted with full scholarships right from secondary school, paving the way for 1,366 students who are currently on the Foundation Scholarship Scheme.
We came from a great family. Then we had a father, we have a mother. But along the line, we lost our dad in 1999. In the year 2007, my mother was coming back from the village. She traveled. She had an accident and she broke her spinal cord. May 31st, 2008, she died. We looked left and right. There was nobody. We were thinking uncles will help us. The scripture was telling us in Psalm 27 verse 10 that though our father and mother has left us away, the Lord will take care of us. Through our vicar, Venerable Agro in our church, introduced us to Mommy, and she saw us, and when our vicar told her that we are orphans, she was surprised. And she said something to us, that do we still want to go to school? We said yes. Back then my senior brother was also working in a factory. I had to tell him to stop working and let's seek for admission. He said, don't worry, she will take care of the 5 of us. I got the admission in Lasso. My younger sister also did nursing, finished her nursing school. She's a registered nurse today. The main one is my little sister here, and we are trusting God that she'll get admission next year.
The focus isn't solely on academics, as every year at the Christmas party, a talent show is hosted where new talents are discovered and developed, from dancing to singing to theater. Today, many of the beneficiaries are professional dancers, singers, and instrumentalists, giving credence to the fact that one size doesn't always fit all. We are all called to stand out in various areas, and Rose of Sharon Foundation has successfully driven this notion. 10 years later, with over 1,000 widows and orphans embraced, sheltered, and empowered, it is safe to say that the Rose of Sharon Foundation has not only impacted social justice, but has transformed the lives of many for the better. It truly is a one-of-a-kind service, and we have the Board of Trustees and the founder, Mrs. Folorosho Alakija, to thank for this invaluable humanitarian service. In the words of Maya Angelou, people may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel.
She is one in a million. That woman, I pray for her every day. The way I pray for her, I don't think I have prayed for any other person. Apart from my children and myself, I pray for her every day because God will continue to bless her. She does not discriminate, whether you are Hausa, whether you are Igbo, it does not concern her. Even let it be that you are coming from the desert and you are part of this foundation. She is there to wipe your tears. And of course today, she has wiped my tears because when I look at myself today, I cannot believe I am the one standing. I was looking like a rag before, but now the confidence has come back.
What God has been using this moment to do in my life, and I pray that the good Lord will continue to bless her, increase the Rose of Sharon, and anywhere she knocked, the door will be open to her. Thank you, Mommy Alakija. You are the best.
Today, I'm happy, I'm really happy, and I appreciate the goodness and mercy in my life, both to our Mommy Alakija.
As we look back at this impeccable journey and a lifetime of service, we can only but be thankful that Mrs. Alakija heeded this calling. A legacy has been built and it shall be cherished for lifetimes to come. Happy anniversary to the entire team and beneficiaries at the Rose of Sharon Foundation. 10 years down and forever to go.